to BioVivacious. As you know, BioVivacious is a YouTube channel dedicated to clearing fundamental concepts in biochemical studies. In understanding lipid metabolism, chylomicrons have a very important role. So in an earlier video, we have seen how chylomicrons are formed. So these are formed from the endogenous lipids, the fat which we consume. When it is digested, it is absorbed, and then it is converted to chylomicrons. Why chylomicrons are formed? It is mainly for transportation. Transportation from where it is absorbed, that is in the intestine. From there, it has to be transported for storage purpose. So therefore, first of all, let us look at the structure of chylomicrons, and we'll look at other topics related to this. So to make things easy, a very tentative structure of chylomicron is drawn here. Now the average size of this chylomicron is about 0.08 to 0.5 micrometer. So you can imagine the size of a chylomicron. Now the chylomicrons, in the basic components of a chylomicron, it has a surrounding, a kind of a protective layer, and this protective layer, from the figure you can make out, it is made up of phospholipids. And this phospholipid, it is a monolayer. That is interesting. It is a monolayer. Okay. So this monolayer, which will ensure, you know, that this is hydrophilic in nature and this will be hydrophobic in nature. Because we want to transport hydrophobic molecules. That is the reason the inner core will be hydrophobic. What all you will see on within the structure? Outside you will find cholesterol molecules, free cholesterol molecules. Okay, and this can be completed. You will find proteins. Proteins mainly of two kinds of proteins. One is peripheral protein. So this is a peripheral protein on the surface. The second kind of protein is integral proteins. So partly going inside the structure. So these proteins which are associated with the chylomicrons are known as apoproteins or apolipoproteins. There are many apolipoproteins. We'll give a detailing of all these proteins. One of the main functions of this apolipoprotein is they can act as signaling molecules. So signaling molecules especially useful for transportation. So that is the main structure we have seen in the external structure. What do you find inside? That is very interesting. So inside you will find these are triacyl glycerol. Remember, these are the triacyl glycerol which were endogenously came into our system from food, digested them, reassembled them in the epithelial cells, and these are the triacyl glycerol because we are going to store them. And these are the cholesterol esters. We have seen that these are fatty acids attached to cholesterol molecules. So cholesterol esters. So these molecules are packed inside. Now it is ready to be transported. So it is released into the lymph and it will be transported through the lymph. Okay. So this is the basic structure of chylomicrons. So chylomicrons are mainly used for transportation, that is transportation of endogenous lipids. So let us see what happens when it is released into the lymph and when it reaches those tissues where it has to be stored. Those tissues are wherever there is adipose tissue, it will be stored. It will go to liver, it will go to subcutaneous fat, also visceral fat. So it will go everywhere through the capillaries. Now so assume this is a capillary. So chylomicron is traveling. Okay, it is traveling through the capillary. When it reaches an adipose tissue, what happens is, now these chylomicrons, because it will get dissolved in the membrane. Once it is getting dissolved in the membrane, and there are enzymes. So these adipose tissues will have enzymes, especially lipases. Okay, so the lipases will act on this. By acting on this, so it will dissolve, and the triacylglycerol is taken inside. The lipases, that is the lipoprotein lipases. Lipoprotein, they are very specific. The lipoprotein lipases will act and on triacylglycerol, so you will have free fatty acid and glycerol. So, the free fatty acid is now taken inside the adipose tissues. Now, inside the adipose tissues, it can be stored. Once again, it will get assembled, it will be attached to a glycerol unit, and it will be stored as triacylglycerol. So, adipose tissues, they stop multiplying. Let's say when we reach the age of 12 or so, they stop multiplying. So, the number of adipose tissues remain more or less fixed. But what is interesting about adipose tissue, this is very alarming. So, in the adipose tissue, more and more triacylglycerol is deposited inside. These are triacylglycerol, or which are formed inside, basically, correctly speaking, which are formed inside. The more and more it is there, it will push the nucleus to one corner, and the rest is all filled with the triacylglycerol, because these are the storage molecules, an excellent fuel molecule. Okay, so this is stored inside for future use. So therefore, what we have seen now is basically the structure of chylomicrons and how it is transported through blood, through capillaries to the required places where it has to be stored. And there it will be stored for future use.